So I was going to make another video called How Does Evil Manifest? But the other side asked me to share more of a personal behind the scenes video with you guys today. There's a lot going on behind the scenes of my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is stuff that the other side channels through me that they want you guys to know. However, there's also the Christine Pavlina diaries of how the other side is guiding me forward for soul's growth and how I'm learning and evolving from that as a soul. They are still very much molding me like a piece of Play-Doh into what they need me to be. And that includes my lifestyle, diet, whatever, learning lessons, etc. So they asked me to share my story with you guys. I recently moved, as you guys know. But they wanted you guys to know what the precursor was to me moving. I sold my condo and I stayed with my best friend. And I've lived with my best friend before. We get along really well. We're close. We were fantastic, wonderful roommates. We really enjoy having each other around. So staying with her wasn't this huge deal. It was, just like putting on an old pair of underwear. But when I first moved in with her, like the washer overflowed, and I think I even like messed up like her sink at one point, and it actually became this huge comedy of errors that was really funny. And so when I tuned into the other side, I said, "What gives?" And they said, "Don't get too comfortable." So they already warned me that I wasn't really supposed to stay at my besties for very long. But I was actually supposed to move out in February of this year, and I didn't move out until June. And even though I was getting pressure from the other side, I told them off and said, "I'm not moving." I said, "We get along really well. I'm happy here. She's happy having me here. I don't want to be lonely. I don't want to move. It's a big pain in the butt." No. So I kind of blew off the other side. And you would think that after being guided forward by them for years, I would know a little bit better than to do that, because that was really a bad idea. So what was I doing when I blew off the other side in February? What was I doing by saying I wasn't going to move? I was aligning myself with falsities, because the story that I was telling myself every time I pictured myself moving was actually false. I was picturing myself getting sad, lonely, depressed. I wasn't going to like the new place. It was going to be a lot smaller, blah, right? I didn't see it as a good thing. And so because of my thought process being negative, I was aligning myself with falsities. What did I do? I triggered the law of attraction. What did I attract to myself? How much time do you have? So much crap. The other side tickled my feet so that I would be extra uncomfortable at my best friend's house. The drummer next door started playing, practicing his drumming on overtime. The dog next door started barking like crazy. There were crickets in my room when I was trying to sleep. I'm like, "What the? Are you serious?" There were crickets. I mean, it was hilarious. Like all the things that happened to me just to try to get me to move. And I ignored it. I still stayed there. I didn't move. I was like, whatever. You can make me as uncomfortable as you want. I'm not moving. And then the law of attraction started getting worse. I still wasn't moving. So I felt like every time I was on the road, everyone was trying to hit me. People actually tried to change lanes into me twice, to where I had to, put the brake to the floor, tires screeching, whiplash, the whole thing. Didn't hit them. Avoided 2 accidents, but I felt like everyone was trying to change lanes into me, hit me, whatever. I got like a neck injury just from laying on the couch wrong. So it was like a neck injury and then whiplash in the course of 2 weeks. That was really, really bad. I was at the doctor like every week, and then Toonces got sick. Because I started having all these weird health things like acid reflux or whatever. And then Toonces got sick, so I had to take him to the vet. And it just became like, what the hell's going on? And so finally I moved, and it ended up being, a good thing. The move was hard. There was a lot of stuff. I had a lot of stuff at my besties, because when I moved out of my closet, I just like threw everything into her house. So it wasn't very organized. So I had to go through it all, organize it, move it. The move was kind of unpleasant. It wasn't that great. But it was okay. It was short-term pain, long-term gain. I found an awesome place. I definitely manifested this place. It's really pretty. I've zenned it out with a bunch of crystals, candles, flowers, inspirational quotes. It's a really happy place to be. So it's mine. It's all right. Me and my bestie still hang out all the time, so we're good. So what wasn't I doing? I wasn't aligning myself with truth. So that's the bigger issue, is not aligning myself with truth and causing my own problems. Now, what happened right after I moved? Fog cleared. When I drive, I don't feel like people are trying to kill me. The law of attraction reversed because I had aligned myself with the truth and the light. So all of a sudden, I started attracting positive things to myself, positive energy, good things, positive vibes, etc. So that's one thing that the other side wanted me to teach you is I'm not immune to the law of attraction. No one's immune to the law of attraction. So if you have to move, I suggest you move. Don't drag your feet. Otherwise, you're definitely going to get to a point where you feel like you have to move. It's not going to be pretty. And so after I moved, the other side was like, all right, we're going to help you with your health problems, but you're going to need to step up to the plate on your end. And I said, what do you mean? And they said, well, you know, the whiplash that you have with your neck? And I said, yeah, the inflammation is spreading to my head. Like, I need anti-inflammatories. And they said, no, we don't want you taking those anti-inflammatories. We want you doing Reiki on it. Now, I am a certified Reiki master teacher. I'm Reiki level 4, but I haven't really done it professionally. I do it on the back end to help people, but I haven't really offered it professionally yet. They said, we don't want you taking that anti-inflammatory. And I said, okay, then what am I supposed to do instead? And they said, vitamin C. I'm like, vitamin C? I'm not fighting a cold, boo. I got inflammation. I'm not fighting a cold. And they're like, take vitamin C. So sure enough, I go online, Google vitamin C. Did you know that it's not only for your immune system? It's also an anti-inflammatory. I had no idea. You learn a lot from the other side. And then, of course, it's like any ailment you have. Tea tree oil, magnesium, aloe vera. They're all about natural remedies for things. So they guided me to Whole Foods and had me replace everything. All of a sudden, my lifestyle was not good enough for them. They're replacing my deodorant. I think I smell like lime right now. Deodorant, skincare products, soap, everything. I was doing a reading for somebody yesterday where they said, ask her about the glycerin soap. And I said, I'm supposed to ask you about the glycerin soap. She's like, oh yeah, blah, blah. She knew all about it. She's a naturopath. So they'll guide people to me in readings to help me with this stuff, but they replaced everything. Yeah, toothpaste, mouthwash, and I liked all the stuff I was using, so I wasn't really happy about that. But all of a sudden, my lifestyle wasn't good enough. So using those products paired with my Reiki, they helped me get better. And so I ended up not taking in any anti-inflammatories for my whiplash and the inflammation that was spreading into my jaw, behind my eyes. Wasn't good. Yeah, they had me do Reiki on everything and everything got better. Everything improved naturally. And I'm a huge fan of Western medicine. I've said in previous videos, give me antibiotics, give me anti-inflammatories, you know, give me pain relievers, give me whatever. Let me just pop a pill. And they won't let me do that anymore. And it does take longer to heal yourself, but at the same time, they don't really want any toxins in our bodies. Another thing they're saying is that I have a responsibility to channel for the masses. They don't want toxins in my body. So the products that I use and the food that I eat and stuff that I drink is really important to them. So I did want to let you guys know that they are raising the bar for me. They just had me buy some healthy, holistic food for Toonces as well. So I just bought that last night. So they're hooking up Toonces too with a more holistic, you know, healthy lifestyle. And they're challenging me. And they're basically putting my life and my health in my own hands and saying, you're going to heal yourself. You're not going to rely on other people to heal you anymore. You're going to heal yourself. And I cried, and that was daunting. You know, to be told at this age, we don't want you relying on doctors anymore. That's actually pretty scary. And they're even saying, we told you were a healer. But the whole thing is just really intimidating. They're like, oh no, we're going to tell you what to do, and we're going to tell you what to take. And I got to be honest with you guys, a lot of times they won't even tell me what's wrong. Like, they won't give me a diagnosis. They'll just be like, take this, take that, do this, do that. And it'll be really interesting. Like, they guided me to a product at Whole Foods called, like, Visibility, because the inflammation, I was having issues with my, vision because of inflammation or whatever. That stupid inflammation was spreading, and it just got better. It just got better with Visibility, this herbal remedy. And so I'll look to see like what's in these things, and then I'll go online and Google it, and I'll be like, oh, that's for that, that's for that. So there's a reason behind everything they guide me to, and it's always very strategic, but it's interesting because they won't give me a diagnosis because they don't want me Googling what I have so that they can guide me forward and I can solve the problem myself. Because if I start playing Nancy Drew too much, it interferes, and then I'll go head to pharmaceuticals for a solution, right? Because that's what I want to do. So in order to prevent me from doing that, they'll keep me in the dark and be like, just do this, just do this. And then when it disappears and the ailment goes away, right? All of a sudden everything's fine. So the Reiki that I've been doing has been working. The products that they've been guiding me to have been working. So it's pretty cool, but they're challenging me. They're saying, you're a healer and we're going to challenge you, and you are your own lab rat right now. You're your own lab rat. And another thing I wanted to let you guys know is that, you have to throw the ball in their court a lot, because blind faith accounts for a lot. And I'm going to use myself as an example here because this was really hard. Having the inflammation spread from a really bad neck injury into your head is really intimidating, because you can feel the inflammation like pushing on your skull. And that's when you freak out. That's when you're like, guys, are you serious? I have anti-inflammatories in my hands, and they won't let you take them. And instead they guide you to vitamin C, and you don't know why, and then you take it and it totally works. But in that moment, what was I forced to do? I was forced to trust them. And anyone else would look at me as a fool. They'd think you're an idiot. You're really stupid. Pop those anti-inflammatories and call it a day, girl. And it took everything inside me not to. And unfortunately, and I really do want to say unfortunately in all capital letters, because this is what stretches your soul, that's not how the other side works. The divine will send you healing energy. The other side will go 50% if you meet them 50%. And part of meeting them 50% is trusting that they're going to take care of you. And I know it sounds like jumping off a cliff, and I know it just sounds really foolish and dumb, but every time I've been called to do that, it's worked. They have always caught me. I want to use LASIK as an example where things got a little sticky between me and them when it came to LASIK. They guided me to get LASIK, and they wanted to keep all the fear away. So I was like, this is what you're supposed to do, this is what you're supposed to do, this is what you're supposed to do. So I had had several appointments prior to actually having the surgery. Several. And everything's great, right? Checking in with the other side, everything's cool, guts calm, no worries. Day of the surgery, I'm like meeting with people, or right, different people before, I go into the laser room. And while I'm sitting there getting checked out, my stomach goes crazy, and I hear, just get one eye done. And they point to like this one. And I'm like, what? Just get one eye done? Why? And I don't hear anything. And so I'm like, that's negative entities just trying to mess with me. Why did I assume it was negative entities? Because I was nervous, right? I was kind of a low vibration. I was nervous. And I had just taken, whatever they give you is that like to calm you down, the anti-anxiety or whatever, Xanax. I had just popped a Xanax. So I had toxins in my system. And I'm like, there's no way. I have toxins. I'm scared. It's you guys are just trying to mess with me. So it disappeared. It went away, and the voice was just gone. So then they checked my vision again, and this eye is actually kind of blurry with the prescription that they have set for it. And they actually adjust it. And so after she's done examining me, I said, did you just change the prescription in this eye? And she said, theoretically, yes. And I'm like, oh, we're cool. That's why they were trying to say, just get one eye done. It's because they had to change the prescription. So we're good. Sounds great, right? Gut's not bothering me. Everything's fine at this point. I laid down. I go into the surgery room. I lay down next to the laser and I check in with the other side again. And I said, what's the dealio? And I hear them say, the divine is here. And I said, okay, the divine is here. He's present. All right, I'm good. I'm in good hands. So this eye goes off without a hitch. This eye gets injured by the suction. Surgeon extremely, extremely delicate and, precise. But when he pulled the suction off, it damaged this little white part of my eyeball a little bit. It hurt it. Not a huge deal, but, uncomfortable. And it's considered like a dry part of my eye or whatever. So I realized, okay, that's why they were trying to get me to just have this eye done so that I can come back for this one at a later date and maybe that wouldn't have happened, whatever, right? And this actually does end up bothering me. It does. It ends up kind of bothering me. Like it kind of comes and goes, but it bothers me. And after 8 months, I was crying the other day. And I said, you know what? I call foul. I call foul on LASIK. I said, I listen to you guys. I trust you guys. I listen to you so closely all the time. I thought it was negative entities because I was scared. I thought it was negative entities because I had, popped toxins, and I thought everything was fine after they adjusted the prescription in that eye. You guys should have told me more. You should have come through stronger. You should have explained yourself. When I tuned in before the surgery, the divine was there. He was present. So you mean to tell me the divine was present during my surgery and I still got scratched? Really? Really? I call foul on you guys. I call foul and I'm pissed off. I just want to let you know how much power the other side has. Do you know what happened to me in that moment? I feel all of this energy start swirling around my head. I feel what feels like someone going and scratching my eyeball in the exact spot where the suction was. I feel somebody literally like scratching my eyeball in that spot. Went away. Pain gone. It's like it never happened. What was that? What was that? Something that had bothered me for 8 months, just gone? I'm telling you, they have a lot of power. They have a lot of power. A lot of power that they probably don't want you to know. Because the paranormal stuff that happens to me, when the chips are down and things are, either I'm like crying or whatever, it feels the exact same. I've had what felt like an invisible hand grab my throat and open it back up when I was choking on water. Same thing happened to me, twice in the shower. Just this invisible hand just shows up. And the energy feels the exact same. It feels like this energy swirling around my head. Actually makes me kind of dizzy. Feels like angels, actually. It feels like these angels showing up. It feels like a good, positive, loving energy. I'm just saying, pray, ask, believe, trust. They have a lot of power. They have a lot of power. They can do whatever they want. Eyeball's fine. After 8 months. Faith, trust, belief. You take care of your human body. Diet, exercise. Try to eliminate toxins. They'll meet you halfway. They'll help you. And that's why Reiki self-healing, hands-on self. That's why it's so important. If you feel compelled to get certified, get certified. Because hands-on self, you have the power to heal yourself, and they'll encourage you to do that. So, I just wanted to share my story with you guys. It's the school of hard knocks. They're pretty tough on me. I'm not immune to the law of attraction. I'm not immune to injuries. You know, I'm not immune to any of this stuff. But I just want to let you know that as long as you have faith in not only your connection to the other side, but also the messages that they're giving you, you know, you can have them send you the same message over and over again. If you're doubting it and you're scared and you're not sure of what you're intuitively getting, you know, you can always book a reading or whatever, but, you know, and I can confirm it for you, but ask them to send it to you again. You know, a lot of times in a life purpose reading, they'll send me stuff twice. You know, they'll repeat themselves to make sure I say it during the reading. So I want you guys to kind of learn from me and how the other side works and how they guide you forward. It's not like they take you by both hands and just baby you and do everything for you. They're going to challenge you. They're going to challenge you, and they're going to make you work for it, and they're going to make sure you trust them. So it's not easy, but I definitely feel a lot better, a lot healthier. Everything's great. My inflammation's gone. I can see really well. Life is fantastic. So I'm going to continue to do readings. Bernie Sanders still becomes president because Donald Trump is attracting a bunch of crap to himself right now via the law of attraction. I need Bernie Sanders to join the People's Party so that he can align himself with the truth. But yeah, I just wanted you guys to know that make sure you're always aligned with truth, because you don't want the law of attraction dragging you down. Nobody's immune. We're all souls. We're all magnets. So use the law of attraction to your benefit. Align yourself with truth and then manifest. Ask for what you want and what you need, and pray and believe that you can and will get it, because you deserve it. And in the meantime, take care and be well. Thank you.